Hey there, it's sort of awesomeness here, and I'm not going to do any more cringy intros and just get right into my decks. So today I'm going to be talking about my Tron deck for Modern, and it's actually not one of the tier decks, it's a mono-red prison Tron deck. And it's looking to just lock them out of the game by Chalice of the Voiding on like 1 or 2 and just stopping whatever they're doing and Trinisphereing them so that everything costs 3, and just them combined makes it really hard for them to cast any of the relevant spells. It can just completely and utterly destroy somebody. Additional lock cards, we have things like Immortal Sun, which is really fun. It turns off Planeswalkers and it draws us additional cards and it reduces costs and buffs our creatures a little bit. It just does everything. Emrakul is like just the control creature of the deck. It's super strong. Like flying, trample, protection from instants is super good, and it's a 13/13. That can become cheaper, so I really like it in here. In addition to that, we have 9 other creatures to make 10 total creatures. Solemn Simulacrum helps us go get lands and draw us cards. Balefire Dragon is a board wipe and a very aggressive beater, and Battle Sphere is just another very aggressive creature. You can play like Stuffy Dolls and Banefires and stuff in this deck if you want, but I just prefer the prison build with the higher cost creatures that can just close out the game after we lock them. And in addition, this deck is kind of slow, so we play cards like Pyroclasm, Anger of the Gods, and Blasphemous Act as all board wipes. Blasphemous Act is really good because it can just be 13 damage, which is essentially a complete board wipe. The Star Extinction is the same way, and it blows up a land and kills all planeswalkers. And Pyroclasm is just a cheap Anger of the Gods, which is a more expensive Pyroclasm, just whatever. But like Anger of the Gods kills way more because it's 3 damage, and it exiles things, which can be really useful against like Dredge and stuff. Expedition Maps to help us go get the Tron lands, and the Chromatic Star to help us draw cards and fix our mana. And of course, the playsets of each of the Tron lands. Lastly, we have the sideboard, and for the sideboard I play a playset of Bolts. It's just an early game removal spell that is kind of very useful for this deck because it doesn't have any main board, so just being able to turn 1, kill something or whatever, it can become very handy against like Zoo and stuff. Relic of Progenitus for graveyards, Dragon's Claw for fast red decks, Pithing Needle for combo, Ugins and Karns, and Ugin and Karn are just the alternate win condition, Vandal Blast for artifacts, and lastly Molten Rain for other Tron decks and greedy mana bases. So that's the deck for today, and we'll get to the first match very soon.